me on the guitar. But I can take credit for it because I'm conducting. This is Closer Look. I'm Rose Scott. Our next guest is based in Athens, Georgia, but her music has a worldly sound. Wrenn celebrates her new EP, Apathy and Good Books, tonight at Smith's Old Bar. She joins us in the studio to talk about her life and music, and she's also brought another musician with you, and we're going to get to him in just a second. But first of all, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're a Georgia dog. In
yeah,
a sense.
go dogs.
Go dogs. There you go. Someone described you as a Jill of all trades in the arts. What does that mean?
I grew up, I did dance, always liked painting and drawing, took some ceramic classes, studied photography in school, art history, chorus, just anything that you might consider a fine art. I think I wanted to dabble in all of it.
Where did this come from? Mom, dad, or you just started when you were young?
I think it's always been in my nature to be that way. Definitely my parents are, my dad's very musical, my mom's always singing around the house, so I grew up with it, but I mean, ever since I can remember, it's just been in my nature to be kind of that artsy kid.
And so this artsy kid now just has the name Wrenn.
Yes.
Just one name.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So Wrenn is actually my grandmother's maiden name, and I felt it was appropriate to take that and use it as a stage name since she's probably my favorite person on this earth, and I want to do right by her, and I want to make sure that a career like this would be very easy to take a immoral path, and having my grandmother's name as my name just reminds me to, try my best to stay on track with that kind of stuff.
You say a moral path. Are you then worried that Grandma's going to keep track of you?
They already have. I posted a picture the other day, and my grandpa said, cover up, and all this kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. Who are your musical influences?
I grew up listening to the Beatles, James Taylor, Bruce Springsteen, Elton John, all that good oldies stuff. Definitely a daddy's girl. Some more modern people I like to listen to, Avett Brothers, Father John Misty, Lady Gaga, all that kind of stuff. But doing music it still feels new to me, so I think subconsciously I've been influenced by things. I'm at a point now where I actually listen to things with the intent of learning, because I want to learn the tricks of the trade. So still figuring out who my direct influences are, I think.
I have interviewed artists before who've said they always hated being put in a box because they feel like that could be more damning than anything. Do you identify with a certain genre? Do you like to be put in a certain category? If we go to iTunes or wherever, do we have to go to a certain genre to find Wrenn's music?
I sell it under pop. I call it retro pop because some of those influences. Yeah, retro pop, right? It's kind of cool. The influences are a little more retro. And like you said, no one really does want to be put in a box because that might mean you're not unique or you're not different, but that's how we make things make sense in our brain, so it makes sense to put things in a category. Would love to sell it as pop music on pop radio because I think you can reach a wider audience that way.
Here's a little sampling. You're joined by another musician here, and this is Chris?
Yes, Chris Padgett is my guitarist. Actually, I only wrote one song on guitar, so...
That's all right. So I haven't written any songs on guitar,
right?
So you're ahead of me.
Generally play the keys, but we thought it'd be easier to bring the guitars today. So this is Chris Padgett. He's in my band with me. Yeah, we did reviews and roasts. It's a song about being fickle.
I understand.
Which is love, which is lost, which are rubies and which are rust? Is it wrong if it's rushed? You aren't us, saying I won't budge. Who to blame? Who to trust? Do you love me to death or do you hate my guts? What was truth? What was spite? Tell me wrong and I'll say I'm right. If it's you, hold on tight. Will it ever be worth all the fight? Do you stay just one more night? How strong is your heart? 'Cause my baggage ain't light. You teach me to love, if I don't know what I want, you can teach me to love, if I don't know what I want.
Now, let me just tell you, not only just, it's the whistling. Incredible. The artist you're hearing right now is Wrenn. What did you write that?
Why did I write it?
When did you write it?
Oh, when. It's actually a very recent song.
Okay, why did you write it too?
You know, classic fickle girl is struggling with multiple feelings for different
we've all
people,
been there,
right?
let me tell you.
You don't intend to lead people on, but I think I was doing that. So the song I thought was like, hey, none of you can tell me what to do. And it turns out when I play that song, I'm like, man, this is a song about me just being a mean girl.
Ooh.
Like, you know what I mean though? Like, it's pretty much.
You want to do it your way.
Yeah, but.
Like Sinatra.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Do you sit back and do you think, you know, I've got a timeline, I have to reach this by a certain age, and I have to reach this, and I need to have a Grammy nomination by this age. Do you do that?
There's a little bit of pressure, not a very strict timeline, but I didn't start doing this until I had graduated college, and so I feel like I really got to fast forward and push really hard to get to a point where, you know, you have in your mind that at a certain time a pop star is going to expire because they're going to get older, they're not going to look good, or stupid stuff like that. So a little bit, yeah, there's some pressure to work really hard and work really fast, but at the same time, I think doing that to yourself can be really unhealthy, so trying to take it at a good pace and just go with what comes when it comes, you know?
Do you worry about then if you are signed to a major label or any label that you'll lose some creative control?
Yeah, that's always a concern for an artist. Pros and cons to everything, and should that moment happen, I'll just really have to weigh those pros and cons and decide what is best for me.
Now, as we wrap up, Lady Gaga calls her fans little monsters. Do you have a nickname for your fans?
I do. I call my fans fireflies.
I like that.
Thank you.
It's much better than little monsters.
I like little monsters too.
We've been talking with Wrenn, the Athens musician, celebrates the Atlanta release of her EP, Apathy and Good Books. You all can take us out to the next break. I really appreciate you coming in.
Yeah,
Good luck to you.
absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you, Apathy. Mr. Kellogg, how you feeling, dear? Leave a message, love, 'cause I'm not here. It's all fun and it's all games until you're face to face with fate. People cracking jokes that they don't mean, 'cause we're bored to death of each other's dreams. Now I wish you all the best of luck.